All right, guys, doing another lab walkthrough for you. This lab can be found in your modules. It's lab 2526, exploring file and data encryption. All right, and an important note here. So at the end of this lab, you're going to have a PDF and a PKA file that you will turn in to the module. But also take note here, you need to, in the module explanation, the details of the module, there's a link here for a application that you're going to have to download and use. During this lab, the instructions direct you to go to a website, encipher.it, but that website no longer exists. So you need the application that you just saw me download to make it past those steps and complete the lab. Okay. So I got that file downloaded. To find the lab material, you're going to need to go to your Cybersecurity Essentials material on NetAcad. Pop open the reading material, go to the course index, go to the Packet Tracer Labs, and we are looking for exploring file and data encryption right here in chapter 2. You click on that and it will take you to this page. On this page you're going to have two links. You need to download the instructions and you need to download the packet tracer file. I always like to do right click and open a next tab so I'm able to keep the things open. Here we go. These are the this is the PDF. These are the instructions. Also has the things that you need to fill out and turn in to get credit for the lab. That's the PDF is partial credit. The PKA is the majority of the credit for the lab. So we got that downloaded here. Navigate to where you downloaded that file and give it an open. Whoop. Oh, there it is. Sometimes it takes a while for a packet tracer to open after you click on it, but you don't want to click on the file a whole bunch of times because you will open packet tracer that many times. You could have multiple instances of packet tracer open and you don't want to do that. So just click on it, wait a few minutes if you need to for it to open up. Looks like it's still loading here. There we go. Make sure you put in your name. And I recommend that you put in your OTC email too. And hit OK and get past that. To keep our directions up in front of us here, I like to click this little dock button. Otherwise, you might lose your directions in a different window somewhere and they'll get kind of hard to find. So we click that dock button, get our instructions placed into the Net Academy windows there. And we're going to dig right into it. We're just going to move right on down here to part 1, step 1. So we're going to access the text document on Mary's laptop. Click the Healthcare at Home site and then click on Laptop Mary. So we need to find the Healthcare at Home site. That's right here. And I'm going to Mary's laptop right here. And we'll always click this top button right here to keep the machine that we're working on top of everything else so we don't lose it while we're working on it. Next step here, click the desktop tab and then click text editor. Desktop tab, text editor. Next step, next part of step 1. In the text editor window, click File, Open. Then click ftp login.txt. And looky there, we have some ciphertext. Part 2 is decrypting Mary's FTP account information. Highlight the text from the ftp login.txt, what's the file that we're looking at here, and copy it. Now it says, open a web browser on the personal computer and browse to the website and cipher it. This website no longer exists. That's why we had to download that application earlier. So you want to navigate to where you have your downloads at, where your downloads are at, or wherever that application, wherever you saved it at, whenever you downloaded it from the module, and click on the installer there. If you get a UAC window pop up, click OK on it. Then we click I agree. We click install and wait for it to do its thing. Should not take that long. It's a pretty small program. Looks like it has a browser, has a window that it opens up in your browser when it gets done. Don't worry about that window. Just close it and move on there. So we have copied the text from Mary's file there. You just paste it in. Now, you see this part here where it says decrypt at. You don't actually need that, but I'm going to keep it in there just to see what it does. So the install wizard doesn't close on its own. I'm going to close that. And let's go back and look at our instructions here. So our instructions show that we have we're going to decipher it. Click the white space on the right side of the website. You can ignore that because we're not using the website. We're using a program. We're going to paste the encrypted text. Okay, so it does say paste the encrypted text. This text is not encrypted, so we don't need that. So all we need is this part right here. Click and copy. Go over here, right click and paste. Then we're going to click let's move Mary's computer out of the way a little bit. There we go. So reading our directions over here, it says click the decipher it button and use the decryption password MaryFTP123 to decrypt the encrypted text. So we got everything pasted, decipher it, and it was MaryFTP. Oh, what was it? MaryFTP123. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Account information, Mary. Username, Mary. Password, Cisco321. So we're going to select all that. Right click and copy it. Don't close this program because we're going to need it again here in a short bit. So we just minimize it. And right here is our first question on our PDF. What is the username and password for Mary's FTP account? And I'm going to make sure I can get that on here. Well, it really does paste that a little weird, doesn't it? Guess we technically don't need the information part. We could take that part out too. There we go. So it looks kind of neat. So the username is Mary, password is Cisco123. That's the answer to the first question. Keep on moving down. Part 2, upload confidential data using an FTP. Step 1, Part A, click the Healthcare at Home site and then click on Mary's laptop. We already have Mary's laptop open. Click the desktop tab and then the text editor. Okay, so we are on Mary's laptop. We are already in the desktop tab. We are already in the text editor, so there's not really anything we need to do there. If you did close this, go back through all those steps. Otherwise, if you have it left open, if you're following along exactly like me, you'll have it right there. In the text editor window, click File Open, and open clientinfo.txt right here. Oh, looky there, we got more ciphertext. What form is the data in? That is ciphertext right there. Let's go back to our PDF. Ciphertext. It is encrypted. So it's in an encrypted form. What we're looking at there is called ciphertext. So you can either put encrypted or ciphertext or both. Whatever you want to put in your own words for that answer. Let's close this so we can see our lab still. Going down here, part 2, step 2, remote connect to the FTP server. Within the healthcare at home site, click on the laptop Mary, click the desktop tab, and then click the command prompt. Okay, so if you're not following along exactly with me, you need to follow through those steps. If you are with me, you're going to still have Mary's machine open here in front of us. So we just need to get back to the desktop and close the text editor. And then we open a command prompt. And we're going to connect to the FTP web server at the Metropolis Bank headquarters by entering FTP 209.165.201.3 and enter. Trying to connect. Okay, we are connected to it, and it wants to have a username and password. Enter the username and password credentials located in part 1 of step 1. So, part 1, step 1. Wait, I mean part 1, step 2. Part 1, step 2, yes. Part 1, step 2, so it's username Mary, password Cisco123. Username is Mary. Password is Cisco321. Not 123. I said it incorrectly there. Okay, great, cool. Lost my place here. Okay, here we go. We're on step 3 here. At the FTP prompt, enter dir to view the current files in the directory. So we're going to see what files we have access to here. Oh, quite a bit. Mary has a file containing encrypted healthcare client information. Upload the client.txt file to the FTP server by entering the command put clientinfo.txt. So we enter put clientinfo.txt. Hit enter. Looks like it transferred the file up there. If cyber criminals were to capture the file transfer crossing the internet, what would be in the clear text? So this is a FTP server. The protocol doesn't encrypt anything, so what they're going to see is the contents of that file. So if we really want to see what they're going to see, we can go back here. They're going to see this. So the answer to that is they're going to see an encrypted file, or they're going to see encrypted data, ciphertext. Back here, they're going to see data as ciphertext. Oh, learn how to type there, buddy. Okay, moving on to part 3, we need to access the text document on Bob's PC. So we were in Mary's PC. We'll go ahead and close Mary's PC. Bob's PC is at the Metropolis Bank headquarters. We're not there. We're at the Gotham Healthcare Center, so we need to go back to our map here. And where did it say he's at? Metropolis Bank headquarters. Metropolis Bank headquarters. There's Bob's computer. And again, click this top button so we don't lose the machine and the mess of all the windows that we have going on here. We're going to click the desktop tab. Step 1, part B, click desktop tab, and then click the text editor. So we're going to our text editor again, but this time on Bob's machine. Click the document, or click file open, and then click the document ftp login.txt and click OK. So file open, FTP, OK. What is the username and password for Bob's FTP account? Oh, sorry, I'm skipping it a whole bunch there. Clicked OK. We're on step 2 now here in part 3. Highlight all the text in the FTP login.txt file and copy it. You really only need to do this part. Open a web browser on your personal computer and browse to the website and cipher it. So step 2, part B and C here. We don't do that. We open this program here and paste in the text. And so Bob's decipher it password is Bob FTP123. So let's move Bob's machine out of the way here a little bit. We click decipher and we put in Bob FTP123, enter. Oh, not enter, decrypt button. So Bob's username is Bob. His password is Ninja123. What is the username and password for Bob's FTP account? I just said it. So go right here. Put that in there. I like to make it on one line here so that we can read it. Now we're on part 4. Remote connection to the FTP server within the Metropolis Bank headquarters on Bob's PC. So again, if you're following along exactly like I am, you're going to have Bob's PC already open. If not, follow these directions and get to it. We need to go to the command line on Bob's computer now. We're in the text editor. So we got to close the text editor, pull up his command line. Command prompt. Click desktop tab and click command prompt. Connect to the FTP server, Metropolis Bank headquarters by entering. Let's just copy it like this. Do a right click copy. Do a right click paste and hit enter. Now enter the username credentials that we just found. So back here on this, username Bob, password is Ninja123. I bet you that password Ninja123 is actually fairly common in the real world even. Enter the username and passwords from part 3. Okay, so now we're on step 2. At the FTP prompt, enter the dir command. That's the directory command showing us what's in here. A lot of files there to look at. Mary had uploaded the client.txt file containing encrypted healthcare client information. Download the client info.txt file to Bob's PC. So where is that file? It's right here, client, right? So watch this little trick here to make sure I don't misspell stuff. Just right click and copy. Type get space. Right click and paste. Hit enter. There we go. If cyber criminals were to capture the file transfer crossing the internet, what would be in clear text? So the client info.txt. Let's go check it out. Client info.txt that we just downloaded. That's what would be in there. Encrypted data in ciphertext. Looking at part 5, step 1 here. Receive the decryption key from Mary. Okay. Within the Metropolis Bank headquarters site, click on the PC Bob, click the desktop, then click the email. Okay, so we're already on Bob's computer again, like I said before. If you are following along exactly, you're going to have Bob's machine already up. If not, follow those directions to get Bob's machine up. We are in the text editor where we need to be in the email. So close the text editor, go to the email client here. In the email window, click receive. There we go. Click on the email with the subject decryption key. That's right here from Mary. So we click on that. What is the decryption key to access confidential information in the client info.txt file? It is Cisco 123. See, it's right there. What is the decryption key? Cisco 123. Okay, now we're part 5, step 2. Within the Metropolis Bank headquarters site, click on PC Bob. Click the desktop, go to the text editor. In the text editor window, click File Open. So again, I've already got Bob's file computer open. If you went somewhere else on that, just follow these first few directions here and get back to it. We need to be in the text editor, but we're in the mail browser. So we're closing the mail browser, open the text editor. In the text editor window, File Open. File Open. This should all feel familiar because we've already done it a couple times now. Click the document client info and click OK. Highlight that text. Again, this is like the 3rd time we've done this. So we copy it. Here it says go to the website and the white space. Those 2 steps we don't do because we don't have access to that website anymore. We instead pull up this. And click decipher it and use the decryption password from Mary's email. So we got to select all that stuff there because we don't need that anymore. Decipher it. What was it again? Cisco 123. Cisco 123. We'll decipher it. And it says, what is the first account name in the client.info.txt? And that is Plato X Riggs. So I'm just going to copy that first name right there. Looks like we got a file of credit card numbers and maybe those are pins. Oh, look, some of them are 5-digit pins. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that's supposed to be looking like there. Let's shrink this thing. Go in here, answer that question. And looky there, that's the end of the lab. That's the end of the lab. Let's check and see how we did. Go ahead and close Bob's computer here. Bam-a-llama. Congratulations, you successfully completed the packet tracer, blah, 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 blah. And if you followed along exactly as I did, you've finished it too. Congratulations. What you want to do now is you want to click File. You want to click Save. I recommend clicking Save As, adding your name to the end of it here. Click Save. And you also want to go to this that you filled out while you're going along and click the Save button here. Again, do the same thing. You don't have to add your name to it if you're able to keep track of all your files and things, but I don't want people turning stuff in that doesn't that's the blank PDFs or lab files that haven't actually been done. So I recommend you do that so you know the ones that you finished are the ones that have your name at the end. You feel free to do it however you want to keep track of things. That's just my recommendation. So after you do that, go back here and go here track down those files that you just saved. There's that one. Oh, I don't know where my I don't know where my PDF went. So you can just click and drag those there. However you want to do it, you should be competent in turning in files by now. But you make sure to turn on both of those things to this module, submit them to get credit for the assignment, and that's it for this lab.